about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one you had envisioned for yourself, but time marches on. And you know what? It doesn't give a damn if you're sitting around feeling sorry for yourself. It's still going to march on. And trust me, the voice of experience here, you do not want to get 5, 10 years down the road and realize that you've not done anything to help yourself. It's actually a pretty good segue into today's topic. If you follow me on social media, you probably know I love to exercise, which is really unusual for somebody in my health situation. But there's a lot of reasons for that. And let's talk about some of them today. This information is from thedailyburn.com. And I'll be honest, their article, they had, I think, 10 reasons, but it didn't pared it down, kind of made it a little bit of my own. The number one reason that you, or number one thing you should use to help you get motivated to exercise, you need to think about the mental aspect. This is something that is really severely underrated. But you know what? Exercise just makes us happier. It makes us more confident. It makes us not just physically, but it makes us emotionally stronger. It makes us feel more powerful. It relieves stress and anxiety. If you have chronic health issues, you're probably up to here with both of those. Excuse me. Number two, it helps you see what you're capable of. The human body is an amazing machine, even if yours is a little temperamental, like mine is. But like this morning, my dance instructor released a new video today, and I was like, "Yay! It's new choreography Monday." Well, then I get into the choreography. I got to tell you, it was really complicated, and I was kind of irritated for a few seconds, and then I had to laugh because that's not going to help me. But you know what? I got one of the really complicated. It wasn't a transition. It's a segment. It's a little section, like 3 rows in a row, and it was really complicated. And we're going through it, and I'm like, I'm never going to get this. I'm never going to get this. But you know what? I freaking nailed it by the end of the thing, and I was so proud of myself. I don't get that kind of affirmation. I hate using that word, but I don't know I don't know what else to say right now. I don't get that kind of positivity from anything else. Exercise. Look, when you're up to here with health issues, I know the last thing you want to do is have some crazy lady on the internet telling you to exercise, but I'm going to tell you something. I haven't convinced a lot of people to do it, but every single person with fibromyalgia that I have convinced to start exercising, I'm not telling you to get up and do insanity, but I'm telling you, even 10 minutes of yoga is going to make a tremendous difference for you. And there's not a single soul who has taken my advice who has come back to me later and said, "Damn it, you were so wrong." Every one of them has come back and said, "Oh my gosh, Courtney, you're right." I know, because I've been there. Number three thing that should motivate you to exercise, obviously the results. You're not only going to look better, you're going to be smaller, tighter, leaner, more compact, but you're just going to feel better. It's oh crap, I just lost my train of thought. My notes, I'm trying so hard to get better at extemporaneous speaking. So I have like super bare bones notes, but then it sucks when I have a direction I want to go and I don't remember. Oh well. The fourth thing that should motivate you to exercise, it is an amazing confidence booster. Look, this is really embarrassing to admit, but I was so unhealthy at one point in my life. I could barely do 10 minutes on a Wii Fit. It's a freaking child's toy. That was a tremendously sobering realization for me. And I'll be honest, there were days that 10 minutes was harder than hell. And I would collapse into the floor and cry and just think, what the hell am I going to do with myself? I've let myself get to this point. How am I going to ever recover? Well, I still have health issues, but you know what I did? I pulled it together enough. I went on to teach cardio kickboxing pretty successfully. Granted, it's been a while, but it was funny because that had been a long time goal for me. And once I achieved it, I was like, well, this is a lot more work than I'm up for. But I still achieved that. What that did for my confidence was indescribable. To go from being crying in the middle of your damn living room because you can't do 10 minutes on a Wii Fit to teaching cardio kickboxing is a pretty freaking remarkable transformation. Which brings me beautifully to point number 5, the mental fortitude. When you start out thinking, man, I can't do that. I can't lift that. I can't get into that yoga pose. There's no way I'm going to get this combination. And then you do it. It is seriously, it's a wonderfully empowering feeling. It makes you feel almost invincible. And then when you start getting into fitness and you start seeing that, hey, wait a minute, I do know how to set and achieve goals. I know what this feels like. And you're going to start looking at other areas of your life and trying to figure out where, hey, wait a minute, if I did this for myself over here, what can I do in this aspect of my life? This actually is how I ended up getting into personal development, which most of you don't know me well, but the people who know me can tell you I have come such a long way working on myself. I used to be very bitter and angry over my health situation because it does suck. It really sucks. But you know what? I changed that. I remember very vividly one day I was sitting around feeling sorry for myself. And, oh, boo hoo, why me? Why me? And I heard a voice in my head say, why not you? And that sounds ridiculous, but it changed my entire perspective. And I started really building mental fortitude after that. And I don't look at it as why me anymore. I do look at it as, well, why not me? This is just the hand I've been dealt. It doesn't matter why me. I have to play this. I have to make the best of this. Number 6, it's the best me time out there. It really is. And a lot of women, I don't know if I don't know if men have this because I'm not a man. I don't have your perspective. But a lot of women really struggle with the idea of, well, it's so selfish for me to make time for that. No, it's not. No, it's not. What do they tell you on the airlines? Put on your own mask first. You have to take care of yourself before you can properly take care of anybody else. And if you have kids, honestly, you should be exercising to set that example for them so that they know this is just part of what you do to take care of yourself. This is part of life. You got to exercise and utilize your body. Look, we are not designed for these sedentary lifestyles that most of us lead these days. Finally, the number 7 thing that should motivate you to get up and exercise, because you can. Because you can. Because you are so freaking fortunate to be able to make that choice. There are a lot of people out there who cannot. Look, I used to be severely overweight. Again, so sick I could barely do 10 minutes on a Wii Fit. I was oh my gosh, y'all, I spent so many years of my life in a very deep depression. And you know what? I'm still overweight. I still have health issues. I still have a lot of struggle with, I don't want to say depression because I don't really see my life that way. I'm really very blessed. But chronic pain really weighs on you. When I'm exercising, especially like on a high pain day, it'd be really easy, right? To focus on, oh, damn it, this hurts and I can't do this and I have no flow and this sucks. That's the easy thing. But you know what I do instead? I'll start down that rabbit trail. I'm not perfect. But then I remind myself how lucky I am. I seriously came this close to being a bedridden pill popper. I am so fortunate that I have the ability to get up and make this choice. And when I remember that, instead of being irritated at what I can't do, I either laugh at myself for being clumsy or I truly revel. I cherish the beauty of the moment, of the fact that, you know what, my body is falling apart at the moment and I'm stressed. But right now, this moment is all about me and nothing else matters. I don't know if that made any sense, but you're really fortunate if you have the ability to get up and exercise because there's millions of people who can't make that choice. It is a gift, and most of us don't recognize how valuable, how precious that is. Anyway, that's all I have. I'm at my friend's house, so that's why it's a very different background and very different. So I used to stand up all the time and do videos. And when I first started sitting down, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. Well, you know what? Now that I'm standing up again, oh my gosh, this is so weird. But I will be back Wednesday at the same time. So 2 o'clock Central. I think I'm in Central. 11 o'clock Alaska time. Y'all have a great afternoon, and I will see you on Wednesday. Thanks.